Welcome back to another Beeline to Passport. I'm Joe Batista, and you're listening GKI Radio. Tonight we have another guest and a very interesting guest because this gentleman, I met him in a fashion show here in the but he is an artist. And tonight we have Mr. Lou Diaz. Lou Diaz, he's an artist, like I said before, and he's gonna tell us on the show today how everything started, his career, how start, his dream and making that dream comes true. Welcome to the show, Lou.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Lue Diaz is my name. That's the correct way to say it.
Louis Diaz.
It's hard. It's
Louis
hard.
Diaz. Thank you for that, and thank you for accepting the invitation for our show. And like we said every week, we want to know how everything started in your life, your childhood, how many people, how many members of your family, father, mother, siblings, your education, and so forth. Tell us how everything started.
Everything started 1983, my friend. It's been a long time, a little bit. It's my mother and my father, and we are four siblings in total, three boys and one girl. The girl is the queen. She's the oldest. Um, I was born in Puerto Rico, in San Juan area. We are four kids and we are all like almost the same age, or the difference in ages are like just one year old, like basically. So it's like having four twins. So we grew up together, all very close, a very close family, very magical family, um, a family full of faith. And when I was in second grade, we moved to the East Coast to Fajardo, Puerto Rico, and that's when I started in this school where they had a very good program with arts. And I remember my art teacher, his name Mr. Irizarris. He gave us an assignment one time to paint something. He brought those tempera paints with those little one little brush and something very simple. And I remember I used to watch a lot of artists on TV, and I ended up painting a landscape on second grade, and he was like, grabbed the painting. He's like, "What is this?" He went to the principal office, and he was showing off the painting. I thought I was in trouble. I'm like, "What did I do?" So he discovered that I had something that I could paint, I could draw, and at that age, he booked me to do a mural in Fajardo. It was canceled after because of hurricane that came. You know how Puerto Rico is. Um, but yes, everything started when I was very young. Also, my aunt, my mother's sister, she is a professional artist. She is my teacher. Since I remember, I owe her like everything I do to her.
Awesome, awesome. That's very interesting. Basically, in your family, they have another artist, and you learn in school. You know, playing with the tempera, and you saw uh, that basically fascination or fascinated with the tempera and the pain, and seeing also your family member doing pictures. That's super interesting. And you went to school. You graduated from high school, and you went to college for to become an artist, or basically is something that you say self-educate doing this.
Now is when it gets interesting. You know how it's life, right? First of all, like my family, they're all artists. Like in my family, they're all like basically they do something. One of them, they sing, makeup artistry in general. Like they're very talented. And while I was growing up, you know how like they races, like they teach you like you cannot be an artist because you're gonna starve to death. Um, and so we were looking like to be very scientific, and I wanted to be a veterinarian when I was growing up all my life. And so I went to college, even that in high school in Fajardo, I went to an art program that it was to be delineante, which is I think is a drafter, the assistant to of the architect. So basically architecture. I studied architecture and I graduated from high school with a vocational certificate from that. But I found it a little bit boring, like being very extroverted. I found it bad to be just in front of a desk all the time, like for so many so many hours without having any people talking to me or anything. So, oh, without telling you that all my life we were into music, we were also musicians, and I used to sing in a group with my sister. So then I changed my major to music in school. Like I went to music school in Inter-American University Metropolitan Campus. You'd be surprised. I worked for in music for a long time. For a long time, I actually like was signed by some good how you call it label, and I work as a songwriter and other stuff. But all my life, I will paint because of a hobby, because I love colors and I love drawing and all that. And there was a moment where I got a mental breakdown in my life where like everything got very difficult and I started um everything started to be very difficult for me like to accomplish stuff. And through therapy and going through it with my therapist, she taught me how to um use my paintings as a diary for my emotions and how to like learn how to be a better version of myself and how to ground as well using my colors and my paintings. That's when I started like creating this world of colors.
Nice, nice. You mentioned the Inter-American University Metropolitan Campus. I was there for 1 year.
Oh,
Um,
really?
I graduated from the Inter-American University of San Germán, but
Nice.
I went for a year to the Metro Campus, and I was part of the choir. I was part of the choir, and we traveled. We traveled. We went to Dominican Republic. We traveled the whole Dominican Republic in different concerts. And I
Was it with Mr.
remember,
Olivieri? Mr.
yes,
Olivieri, huh? Oh, wow. Yeah, I was in that
Olivieri.
choir too.
That's right. That's right.
That's
Mr.
great.
Olivieri was the person in charge of the acquire, and that was something. Then make me and change or transform my life because I was a musician. I never participated in a choir, and when I was in college, and my degree was sociology with criminal justice,
Wow.
nothing about music. And I was one of the few in the choir that was not in the music business. But my past, you could call it my past life, was playing, percussion for bands, and I used to have my own band things, and I was part of the acquiring. And when we travel to Dominican Republic, was funny because they make me to play um, the tambora in Dominican Republic. A Puerto Rican playing tambora to and the choir singing
Yeah.
merengue. you know, that was
Oh,
funny, but
wow.
was good. Was Mr. Olivieri's idea. What we can say.
You know how he was. You know how he was. How he is. I don't know. I haven't seen him in a long time, but yeah.
Yes, yes, most definitely. All right, Louis. Let's do a first commercial break, and when we come back, we're gonna continue talking about your story and in the last 2 or 3 years, the projects that you have been involved, and all these good stuff that are coming up for your life, and beautiful pictures then people can see on your website. Take this commercial break, and we'll be right back with more of Mr. Louis or Lou Diaz
Anyway.
here in Beeline Passport on GKI Radio. We are back. We are back from the commercial break and great music here on GKI Radio, B Line to Passports. My name is Joe Batista. And tonight we have a person that you want to listen, because this gentleman, Lou Diaz, he have a great story to tell you. And not only that, he have many projects that are coming up, and you want to see his pictures. Lou, tell me, now that I have you here in the show, in the last couple years, what you've been doing, the pictures. I remember seeing some of your art in a fashion show. Tell us what you've been doing in the last 3 years.
Yes, yes, yes. Definitely have been very inspired. Everything started with coronavirus. That pandemia really like made us wake up. A lot of us, um, we found ourselves by ourselves, like with a lot of time in our hands, without distractions of working and all these goodies that we find in the way, right? And going through my meditations and prayers and all that, like and with the help, like I say before, with the help of my therapist, I I was putting all my emotions into colors, and I decided to create a series where it was just a dimension made of colors that where I could personify emotion. And my main intention is mental health because it's a subject that we don't really talk openly with our kids or with our family like that. You know what I mean? Like it's something that is growing now. I remember back in the days, like it was just taboo, because there's some things that people don't understand. So I just used all those like all the process of me discovering my feelings to just create a world made of creatures and hearts and all this stuff. Duality. There's a lot of like meaning on every piece. And people liked it. I was not even expecting for it like to be out and to show it to anybody. I was just like taking it for as a something personal, to remember the moment, to feel the moment, to learn and remember what I learned. It's been good. God has been very good with me and has blessed me. And right now I have my second series that is called The Beginning. I have it it's a restaurant bar in or downtown Orlando, and thanks to that, I was nominated to for the Wave Award as well as a favorite local artist. So fast, all these things happening in these 2 years, which is very amazing. I'm very blessed.
Awesome. I seen in your website, then it's basically your name .com, com, that you have the manifesto, you have the beginning, and what else you have there?
The little bang,
The little bang. Okay,
the
okay.
little bang. That will
And
be the very very beginning.
okay, in that restaurant that you mentioned, you have pieces of every let's say part or time on your career.
I'm sorry, say that again.
If yeah, the restaurant you have pieces of every single exposition, basically the manifesto, some picture of the manifesto, some picture of the beginning, or on is
No,
only one.
just a couple of there's seven pieces, if I'm not wrong, from the beginning. The rest has been sold. They're not available. But yes,
Nice.
I rotate them. Yes, yes, thank God. Yeah. I rotate them and like there's a lot of things. I'm working with something new. There's two series that I'm working with right now, and there's a show coming as well that I want to show more things. But for now, there's one wall, which is the main wall. You can enter and see a little bit of the creation of that little world.
Nice, nice. And well, we do this show radio, but also we're recording for the YouTube channel. Behind Mr. Diaz, they have some
Oh,
pictures there.
I
Okay,
see.
tell me, yeah, that one with the hearts.
Let's
Tell me what it
let's
means.
start with blue. Oh, I see.
Yes.
So this one is called blue. It's an abstract, and I added some love to it. Basically, a blue heart is a heart that is full of love to give and hasn't find a way to release. Let me try it right there.
Ah, beautiful.
If you
That's
see,
beautiful.
so it's a lot of love to give. So you see how many things can happen when you feel like that. Some people feel lonely, some people feel sadness. So it create a chaos that is just natural, that is just a moment we all go through. And it's not a bad thing to have a lot of love to give because then we find someone to give it to.
Very nice. And on the opposite side, you have something flying or something flying from the sky, correct? That's
Oh
another piece.
yes. So this one is from the first collection I did. It's a series. It's called Little Bang. So this is very abstract. The two hearts represent the duality of power. If you see, there's like different color. They're black and white, and it represents the good and the bad, the red, every all the opposite powers, right? And if you see, they are kind of like sperms because they represent the beginning of life, right? And also they have a heart because love is always there. This specific piece is called Callisto. All of them were named by with mythology by mythology and also different moons and satellites because I wanted to recreate the beginning of God's creation in my own little tiny universe in my head. So if everything started with a bang, I called it a little bang. So this Callisto means the wild, the the blood, the work, how it's the representation of a total diamond because a diamond is a diamond because it went through fire to pressure to blood to you know what I mean. It represents that power of the creation. Versus other has
Nice.
the light. That's another one that's called Pandeia. That's that represent the light, the goddess of the moon. My favorite that I sold, Sonar, which is the vibration of God's voice when He say, let the light be." So everything represents a little piece of what all the ingredients that created all this dimension.
Wow, wow. That's nice. Seeing I saw on the event on that fashion show that was for Marfil, the Marfil collection, for our mutual friend Lynette Roberts,
Yes,
and
yes,
I saw what you did with the elephants.
yes. We love the
Man,
elephants.
wow,
As a matter of fact, we have
wow.
we have this
It,
this campaign to save them.
Yes, yes, and I saw what you did. Lucky the person that won that one. I was looking for that one to win that and put it in my living room or here on the studio.
I got you.
But
I got you.
yes, that was something very interesting because the Marvel collection from our friend Lena Roberts, and she gonna be in the show. I convinced her already to be in the show.
That's
Uh,
that's a miracle there.
yes.
She's a little
The
shy.
day that we're gonna have her, we're gonna talk about that. Why she say no so many times, and yes, I'm going to do it. Um, but very interesting how you bring that message: save the elephants in a picture. So
Thank you.
beautiful. And
Yes.
transmitting that information through the picture. It was something then, people then probably didn't understand the why Marfil, the why of um, the white elephant. They can see it on that picture because you transmit that information through the picture that you create.
Thank you very much. It was
That
like
was
that specific piece I fell in love with. It was very lucky the person who got it. Everybody wanted it. It was very interesting for me to paint that elephant. I wanted to make it my own, so I made it white, and the marfil I made the all the horns and everything I made it gold with the little nails to make it a little more valuable to represent how people like kill them and export them for the value of their bodies. And yes, it was very interesting. I'm in love with the cause. I'm gonna keep doing some. Right now, I'm actually painting one, another
awesome.
elephant.
I want to see that one very soon, very soon. All right,
Yes, yes,
let's
yes.
take another commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about what plans you or what you're doing right now. Are you cooking? You said, and you're painting something, but also
That is correct.
you had decided for an award and all that good stuff. But when we come back, we're going to continue talking with Mr. Lou Diaz here in our show. But we're going to a short commercial break. But remember to drop a comment or question if you would like to hear them here in our show. The number is 407-476-9059. Remember to say my name, Joe Batista, followed by your name and your question or comment. And you can also hear it here in Beeline to Passports on GKI Radio. We are back. We are back from the commercial break and great music here in B Line to Passports on GKI Radio. And tonight we have an artist that we met. basically last year on a fashion show, and he's been doing some projects beside painting. He's been also involved on a charity saving the elephants. Tonight we have Mr. Lou Diaz with us here in the show. He's an artist, and Lou, he going to bring some information of what he's been doing recently here in Central Florida, because he lives now in Central Florida, regional from Puerto Rico. Lou, tell us exactly what happened in your career, what you've been doing. I know that you've been working in different projects. You know, I said earlier with this non-profit organization saving the elephants, also working hand by hand with with the over mutual friend Robert and the Marfield collections. But tell me, you said earlier in the previous segment that
Yes, yes,
you were
yes.
working in something, a
Something
painting,
is
but
baking, yes.
also you have a nomination. Tell us about that.
Oh yes, actually that happened. I was actually selected on the top three favorite local artists in Central Florida. This is the Wave Award I Watermark magazine. I've It was a surprise to me. Like I was like already nominated for that, and I got the third place. Very grateful for them. That really motivated me and to keep doing what I like. Sometimes we love things and we do things and we make a stop and we have these monsters like telling us, what are you doing? Why you do this? And there are at times I feel like that too, you know, and I mean I'm drawing little hearts all over and it's something that I love doing and it has a very big meaning to me that's gonna change with time. But you know, it's a feeling of it. That event really brought to my life a lot of like confidence in it. Now I'm working with two new series that one of them is we call Salida. The other one is a glitch with my art verse with different artists who I love, like Frida Kahlo and Salvador Dali. And what I'm gonna do is a merge of their designs with my design, and I'm gonna make them look like they were mine all the time. And they're gonna have maybe 12 pieces each. And with that, also, I have projects with the Marfield collection. Also, we have a new surprise coming out with bathing suits and art incorporated. Maybe she would tell you about it. And also, I am working with DL by Lue Diaz. The Lue is a line of clothing and art accessories. So a lot of hand painted stuff, painted by hand, and a lot of other stuff that are not. T-shirts, hoodies, jackets, sneakers, and all these goodies are coming soon. So I'm very
Yeah, I
busy,
remember.
yes.
Very busy. I remember seeing on that fashion show jackets that you design, and
Yes.
the shoes also.
Oh,
I remember seeing it.
the shoes actually were from it's the same concept that I want to do, but those are Monka shoes. They are from Puerto Rico. It's very beautiful. They actually use different designs from artists like Frida Kahlo also and different artists as well to do little designs in their shoes, and it's pretty cute. It's a different concept than mine though. Mine are gonna be unique couture designs because they're gonna be all painted by hands on shoes.
Nice. And hey, you need to go to the website. You need to see his pictures. You're gonna fall in love with this. Mr. Diaz he's super talented, and that's why he is nominated for an award here in the Central Florida area, because he will share website so many pictures of arts than he create. And now, have you been, traveling to the island, Puerto Rico, doing some a show, showing what your pictures in the island?
That's a very, very interesting question and very good because I love my island. I love my island, and normally Puerto Rican artists we are very patriotas. We love our people, we love our culture, and I have painted some Puerto Rican things, but I am cooking in my head also and in my heart something very Puerto Rican that I would love to go there, and that will be the goal. I would love to be in the Puerto Rican Museum. Um,
Nice. Yeah, that will be great. Ponce,
right?
beside Ponce in San Juan. Hey, our listeners, our Puerto Rican listeners, you need to start calling. Then Mr. Luis Diaz go over there with his pictures, and you will fall in love with this. And continue. You said, you would love to go and do a show
Oh well, yes,
there.
that will be it will be my maximum dream to like really like bring my little intention to my people, to who I love so much, and we do need a lot of mental health, and a good way to bring that is what my example, and showing them my diary with colors, which is very simple and easy to look at, and then to understand as well. I'm pretty sure everybody will identify, and I mean, we're just looking to be the better version of us, right?
That's correct. That's correct. In our first show of this season, we have an actress. Then she is involved with the mental health, specifically with the youth. She have a nonprofit organization called Days. That nonprofit organization is working with youth and unfortunately the suicide situation with the youth. And we talk about how the mental health has been one of the biggest issues from the youth to the adults, because we've seen also on the adults, but with the youth, and unfortunately, we've seen the increment on suicide, because unfortunately they don't find some way to talk about the situation. And now you bring something that is super important. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Uh, this season, we've been talking in several shows about the mental health. We've been talking about the suicide, and we always said they have somebody will listen to you. If you need
They will.
somebody to listen to you, just make a call, find somebody that listen, and for your problem, they have a solution. But just you need to
That's
talk.
correct. That is correct. It's just about talking.
That's super
I'm blessed.
important.
I'm blessed to have wonderful parents and a lot of
Oh,
friends, and people that are there for me all the time, and God's love. But there's some people that are less fortunate than us, that go through it, and I just wish like how the same way we teach our kids how to eat healthy and how to like do their homework, and the basic stuffs, like we incorporate in it like also meditation and self-care and positive stuff for our lives. A lot of things that are also like killing us is all the things we see on TV. And our kids see all this stuff on TV that, and when they don't have supervision, they get confused. So it's a lot of things that I would like to do for this community. Other than that, is all the things that I have in mind. We have time, right? That's our best friend.
yes, yes. And it's super important. Then they have, organizations. You mentioned about the TV. but you need to I can say it, and I'm gonna say this in Spanish, canalizar todas las emociones.
That's
Yes,
correct.
you need to find your way to bring your anger or what you feel to something that you can turn to a good thing. Uh, Artists turn anger or love on pictures.
To colors, yeah.
Musicians in a music, in a song. Um, Guys, they play, they practice any kind of sports. They bring that anger to the sport and they become better every day. And that is the see how you can canalize that emotions to bring something great to the world.
Yes, that's correct. The first step of everything is like to understand that it's okay to feel. Like feelings are feelings. We need to feel sadness to understand happiness. It's necessary. Without sadness there was no happiness. You will not know the difference. Also, you need to like feel pain sometimes. It's just like understanding that is normal. It means to be alive, and the way we see it and the way we think about it, it will change. Sometimes I make fun of my sadness. You know what I mean? Because it's sad, but it's a blessing because I'm alive. And then tomorrow is gonna be happiness and normal.
That's correct.
So that's the first step to understand that we are allowed to feel. It's okay.
That's right.
Voila.
That's correct. Well, let's take another commercial break. And people, thank you for being with us learning about Mr. Lou Diaz here in our show tonight and learning about his story. But we're going to take this short commercial break and we'll be right back with more of Mr. Lou Diaz here in Beeline to Passports on GKI Radio. We are back. We are back from the commercial break and great music here on GKI Radio. This is Joe Batista, your host, and you're listening Be Line to Passports on GKI Radio. And tonight we have Mr. Lou Diaz. He's an artist, and we've been talking about his career, his dreams, and what he's been doing lately. But I want to hear what is or what you have on your, I can say, it, on your paint or what, how we can call it in your future, what you have for your future in something that you will plan to bring that the people can see.
Yes, 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 yes. I have lots of plan, a lot of creativity. Lately, I feel very connected to Mrs. Muse. So I have a lot in my head. First with my series, I have some events that are being planned to sip a little wine and come and see the art and talk about it also. And I am very hand to hand with the center, Orlando Center, and also like some other associations that are fighting against HIV, and like they also give orientations to people and teach them how to like prevent and also how to treat and all those stuff. So I am getting involved with all this and also working on the clothing line that I told you. Um, Now, there's something I would love to do also here, like in Central Florida, is go to places that are about more abandoned and that you can like drive. Sometimes we drive through places that are a little too ugly, that brings you down a little bit, you know. And I want to take those places and get together with some artists and do art gardens where like we can just make some art there where we change the atmosphere a little bit from something sad to something a little more happy. There's a lot of things like there are a lot of places that I've seen around, and it's limitless options of all the things we can do with like art. And I'm also a musician. I also have plans with that. I don't want to tell you everything at the same time because it's too much, you know. And yes, I have ideas that it could last for like a couple years. I have things to show for a couple years. Yes,
Yeah, and let me tell you, all these projects that you're thinking, they're gonna be great because we need to transform our youth. We seen spending too much time playing video games. People, hey, it's not bad, but don't spend 10 hours of your day playing video games. You
yes,
have some gift that was given by our Lord, and that is waiting for you. Then you can develop that
that's
music,
correct.
sports, become an artist. Uh, you if you see the opportunity, something like Lou said, an opportunity to transform something that needs to look good to something that's gonna look beautiful. Why not? I seen that project in downtown Orlando. That they use the boxes and they paint in the boxes with the different colors. Hey, let me tell you,
Beautiful.
that's a construction right there. It's
Yes, it's a
so
beautiful thing.
beautiful. When you see, a box, and meaning the metal box, that is for a power, or I don't know what else is in there, yeah. But they painted, and
Chaos.
now it is a piece of art.
It's super inspiring, and it makes the drive happier for people who drive by. You know, like the traffic is getting crazy here. You know, and
Yes,
and yes, it's beautiful how you see like all these artists getting together to make the area better, and how arts in Central Florida in general are growing so much. I used to move a lot from here because I'm an artist, and there was not too much art here before when I moved here in 2005. So I left to New York
correct.
City and California, and but now that I'm back here full time, like I see all these thing moving. I'm excited. I'm excited. I can tell everybody else that anything you want to do, you can do it. Like it's all about faith. Like fear will stop you doing everything, but the time will never stop. Like you will become older, and your talents are gonna be there. So it's it's about doing in the moment, and it's about just doing and having faith in your talent. Like most of the people, our people don't do stuff because they're scared of what people's gonna say, because we used to
Yes,
being bullied, we used to like listening to people's opinion. Like we are so important in this world because nobody is like me, nobody is like you. So I need you because you balance everything. Like without
correct.
you being like that, I would not even exist. You understand? Like we need to be ourselves because we are important. We give something big in this world, and yeah, if somebody have a talent, they need to use it. And I like that. I like that we all getting together to get this city more artistic.
Definitely, definitely. That is a great project, for your future, and for the future of our, we call it nation, and the people that coming behind
Nation.
us, then they have a better nation, instead having something that is destroyed. And hey, let's transform, let's change, let's make something better, let's make something greater than what we have right now. That is a key in any area, and not only in sports, also in politics, religions, whatever area you feel, then you can be a piece and you can transform and you can change the world for better. That is
Yes.
a
Amen for that.
piece of advice from us
We can
here.
do it.
Look, yes, yes. Tell us your social media. People can follow you.
Okay, social media. I have Facebook, Instagram. Instagram, I have two Instagram. My personal Instagram, you're more than welcome to follow me. It's Lue Diaz, Luediaz. That's the way you find me everywhere. And also my art Instagram, which is Lue Diaz Artistry, that I recently opened because I didn't have one. But you can follow me there. I do need the followers. I am always posting cool stuff like reels and little videos. Um, Also Facebook, you can find me by Lue Diaz Artistry as well. The same thing everywhere. Feel free to say
That's
hi. I
a
will say
Louis
hi back.
Diaz, LouisDiaz.com.
LueDiaz.com, the website. Yeah,
LouisDiaz.com. And you can
that's
see
it.
all the pictures. I'm here in one screen, looking on the camera, and the other screen I have his website and looking some arts. And when we go to the commercial break, and just looking some of the pictures that he have posted in the website. And also, tell us your final thoughts for our audience.
I'm sorry, I can hear you well. It was cutting off.
Your final thoughts, something that you want to tell our audience.
Oh, first of all, thank you for having me here. I'm very, very happy to talk to you for a little bit. I know I talked a lot. I'm trying to control myself, and I can be a little fast. I just exhort everybody just to be kind to each other, love each other. Remember, we live in this moment and we are local. We cannot get anxiety or nervous about things that are global because I know it's messed up, but we are here and we need to be here and help from here. I'm talking about everything in general, the things that are happening in the world, and just be yourself and shine. And let's do this together. We can do this. That's all I would like to say. And follow my page. And if you want some art, you can, of course, reach out to me. We can talk.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you, Louis, for being here in our show, and continue with all these beautiful pictures that you made, and hopefully very soon we can see you in person and bring you back to the show and live, face to face, and have more information of your projects and about the award and all
Of
these
course.
great things.
Thank you. And I can bring you an elephant. So you can put it right there behind you.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
My
Well,
pleasure, my
thank
pleasure.
you again for being with us in the show, and best luck in all the projects that you have. And
Thank you.
our doors always open for you and any artists that want to talk about their projects and future projects that they have. Thank you so much, Louis. And people, thank you for being with us in another Beeline to Passports. And remember, be a leader, rock the world, inspires others with your emotions in control. Good night.